Careful, girlies, careful. Don't think everything isn't documented and recorded. Don't think you are the only ones that saved 1000s of messages and voice recordings. Don't think it isn't all been looked at, so be very careful what you're saying. You guys are so two-faced with each other. I hope you're not the ones that got into my husband's bank account in which the bank turned it into the fraud debt. It was a pain in the ass too. Right during the start of farming season. Had to change the whole account. Thought really pissed my husband off. It was the same time someone changed his email YouTube username to Lacey Storm. Since the bank thought that was too much of a coincidence, they are putting that with the bank fraud. Old Sleuthy knew I tried once making sunshine, as she called immediately and said what to do, lol. Yet old Sleuthy is on top of accounts. Said she would show us how to make them, but we said, you know, as dumb as it is, we've always used our names. We aren't making burners, obviously, since we have no idea how to make them yet. We were on there. Haha, I mean, thinking we were the burner accounts. Heather's Aruba, others. So freaking stupid, honestly, you can't be that dumb. We are told those can be clarified as we turn our phones, computers in. Old Sleuthy has a hobby and it's getting her big trouble. Now someone is using that sunshine account. Is it you, old Sleuthy? I guess we will soon find out. I hope you didn't send the packages containing a radio and 2 TV Fire Sticks, because they can search the tracking number and can now find a way to find the sender. They already know the radio sender. When it's sent across state lines, it's a big no-no. The first question I was asked today when I met with an important person and they looked at all the messages, all the videos, comments, was, where in the holy hell did these ladies come from? They all fight with people online and call them names and threaten people, and that's all they do. If they have families, how can they possibly have time to harass and search and get so involved with other people they have never met? Silly Juby, I know this is too long, but I have faith you will read it. I bet the creator can help you. Hands pressed together. Hands pressed together. You all have been calling so many people liars for so long and fighting with so many people for so long that do you ever get your stories mixed up? So many untruths being said. Yep, we have the truths. Well, it's not in our hands. When it's completely put together, we will decide where to go from there. I mean, we sent the cease and desist, but I guess from a fake lawyer. Money can't buy you happiness, but if not true, now things are with a bigger lawyer. Do we make mind spending 50,000 to 100,000? Fuck no. I guess it depends how this goes and what is yet to be discovered. Like my husband said, do we really want to spend that kind of money on a bunch of internet bullies? Well, we've spent it on many other things. We have all the material things we want. Money can't buy you happiness, but if it stops this bullshit before there's a death or suicide, then yes, I absolutely don't mind it. Sleuthy is not as sleuthy as she thinks she is. Katie begged for advice on Josh, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. Come on, hags, really, she's known Josh for a long time. Dare I say what he thinks of you guys? You're very unimportant. I almost spit up, haha. Careful. When Josh was asked if he knew Katie Felton, what was the next question, huh, Sleuthy? That Josh said no. Careful, careful. The story you made up about Roblox. I mean, are you fucking serious? We have lots of conversations on it. I guess you all can have your sleuthy little hobbies. One video I watched with our person, once you're in you can never get out. Or I will stalk you and make you like miserable, you cunt bitch. I read another message with her today that said, I'm going to cut you face up and feed it to the dogs. Her face at first looked sick and then she was so angry. So much disrespectful language and name calling. Really, silly Juby, she isn't worried about you. You're really just a very sad human who wants attention. She said lots of things about you I won't repeat. I hope you get better, as I've yet to see it. I hope your brain can find a way to heal. I've worked with CPS and I would give them a 1 out of 110 stars. As a nurse, I worked with many kids and CPS was never a good idea unless it was absolutely needed. Most children aren't removed unless they see something very concerning or the child tells them something concerning. When they were called, they took the child to EAP here in Nebraska. Out of the 5 mothers you say got CPS called, how many got removed from the home? Only 1, right? Like Katie told you, she was done out, but you know I'm a mama bear too. I mean, I am real. Her dad is real. Her sister didn't call Allie. That was a made-up story. Silly Allie, you just don't have the power to keep someone tied to your little whatever the hell you call your interest fantasy. It's crazy to me how many fight you have all been in the last couple years. It's really unbelievable. I still have to laugh as I get off. He didn't have a clue who she was, which we suspected for a while. Really, Detective Hags, worried about where Katie lives, haha. You're terrible sleuths. You really disappointed me the most. I honestly thought you were a nice person. I had actually told Katie we have very good friends in Michigan and wouldn't it be awesome to stop and see Hag's store and buy a bunch of her jewelry. It's the kind of jewelry I love. I'm so disappointed. Katie said the week before my grandson's graduation she was getting so overwhelmed with all of the drama she needed a break. She wasn't sleeping or eating and her physical therapy was taking a hit. You guys held that against her. Because the doctor told her if she didn't stop the stress and eat and sleep she'd end up in the hospital. Wow, the messages that came in that time period because she was unavailable. I monitored her phone so she'd sleep. I'm glad you have some new friends now, silly Juby Redheart. Now you, Sleuthy, Hags, Allie can all find some new people to go after too. Hope your daughter is doing well and away from all this internet drama. Kids are so much smarter than we know. You need to watch several movies on Netflix and Prime on the dangers of social media for children and adults. Just so you know, your channel and your friend Allie Priestley's channels are all hidden or blocked after this. I imagine our person will be checking them, but we won't know. She know you will make video on this post. She is very well connected, so don't piss her off. Good luck with life. Pray Trump doesn't get elected. Pray for peace for the war in Israel versus Gaza and the poor Palestinians. All the hostages and the brave doctors and nurses and everyone brave enough to stay and take care of them. Pray the war between Ukraine and Russia stops and all the world unrest comes to an end. These are the kinds of things we should be spending time on. In the States, women are losing their rights to birth control, abortions. Also, happy Pride Month. We went to California one year with my brother and his partner to celebrate Pride at Disneyland. It was so awesome to see so many happy people. Adios.